Welcome to Super Morzine. We're up in the Seraussaux area and we've got a brand new trail behind us called Carne. This one looks like it's been a labour of love all winter. They've been putting a lot of effort into building and sculpting this. Sadly, it's not open, but what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take a walk down, take a look at a few of the features, so by the time you're watching this, it probably will be open. Is a red trail, a red flow jump trail, which takes you down to the farm at sort of the mid station of this lift. And then next year they're going to put in like the second part, so it'll be a top to bottom red flow line. But for now it's the top half and it looks pretty impressive from the pictures I've seen. So yeah, let's go and see what we can find. So here is the drop in. You can kind of get a little bit of a feel for it there. And the access is directly from the top of the Seraussaux lift. So you've got like Avoriaz over here, Chatel, and yeah, this Seraussaux section. Off to the left as you come off is the drop in. Okay, here we have the first section. Some sort of poppy little jumps out of the corners, quite big actually. Definitely gonna have to take a bit of pace into those. So those gaps, they've got a fair size to them. You're definitely gonna want to be taking some pace in. But this leads us to the first proper feature. Bosh! Look at that. What a beast. She's fair old height. I'm pushing 5'8", so maybe 12 foot. 12 foot high. Landing's got to be maybe 15 feet out. Nice and wide. What a massive construction this must have been. It doesn't look too bad from up here, you know. It's that fear, isn't it, of hitting something blind like that. I always like to walk, like try and visualize where I'm going to come off the lip, so I just know I aim for that point and then just focus on that, and that way you've got to get your line dialed before you send it. It looks really well built and looks like you can take the speed of the trail off of this, and it's going to be a nice landing. It looks way bigger from the ground, whereas when you stand on the end, the landing doesn't actually look too far away. So it's a really nice jump, I think, and a good drop. If you're sort of comfortable with drops, then yeah, you'll be all over this. And there's also another blue drop on one of the other trails, which could be a good bit of progression for this one. But yeah, definitely a kind of drop that if you're a little bit sketchy on them, you don't want to be doing this, because it's big enough to sort of get a bit out of control on. But so here we are at marker 17. There's 20 markers on this trail, give you a reference on how far down we are. You see behind me a bit of a long stretch double down the hill, and then we're coming into 4 pretty big launches, not gonna lie. The takeoffs are pretty peaked, so these are gonna be whippy. Oh yeah. These jumps, you're gonna have to treat them with some respect, because they're gonna take a bit of speed to get over, and some of the lips are quite peaked, so you definitely want to be sort of comfortable with your jumps and like have your bike dialed in, because these are definitely big enough to sort of catapult you over the bars if you're a bit off. But yeah, you can see down here behind me is where the end is going to be for this season, and as I said before, then going into this winter they're going to extend it all the way down to the bottom of the lift. So I think these are the jumps you're going to have to treat them with a bit of respect. Look at that. Looks fine from a distance, and then as you're looking up to it, it is steep. She's a punchy little number. Look at these. Right, next stop over there. This trail really is a trail of progression. You start off with the smallest hits, and down here looks like you got some sort of like 20-foot tabletops, 20, maybe even more. So some big old senders, and they do seem to progress as you go up, as you go down. So these jumps, when you come into a compression like this, you've really got to be confident. So when they drop in and they compress you, if you're not dialed and you've got your suspension off and you're not ready, they can be pitchy. Here it is from the other side. Couple of jumps here, big old boot here. This jump's sort of like a bit of a hip. So you could send this one to the moon. Just don't land here. We're now looking at marker 13. And yeah, it looks like you've got a nice little tasty step down there. Possible step up here into this. The jump to abyss. Looks absolutely terrifying from here. But fear not. She's a roller. Or a sender. It's got a bit of a lip on it, this. And you could definitely gap down that, would be quite nice. And then look at that berm there. Someone's already had a go on that. That looks mint. And also this looks like possibly one of the blue trails. Come here, go under this bridge. And then that's the connector that takes you back to the Seraussaux area. Obviously these trails take you down to the Seraussaux area down here. Some nice rollers. Everyone loves a roller. Oh nice, look at this. Step on, step off. One of the most fun features to hit on a mountain bike, I swear. And that's not massive. Gap's probably 1/2 metre high, a couple of meters length, so quite easy to get up onto the top of that. Look at this pop off. Oh, she's quite a step down. That is a nice little launcher into a massive table. Here it is from the back end. Looks like we've saved the best till last. That's a step on, step off into like a massive table. Another table. Oh, don't even know what you call that, but bank it into a corner and pop out the other end, smiling. What a lovely bit of trail. And then look at this money booter at the end. This is one for the fans, this is. Oh, tasty. Wow, into a really strange feature that I've never come across before. Look at the size of it. Obviously rollable and sendable. Here we have the final feature of this year's trail. Is this just like a domed lip? So obviously you come here and through here and you can just send this any direction you want. Straight over, hip it left, hip right. And this is the berm that you're gonna have to support you. Just the amount of soil they've moved for this trail is incredible. What feature, great idea. So there's a look at the top section of this new trail. Depends when you're watching this, because if you're watching it next year, then the other half will be built down below. If you're watching this on time, this should be open by the time you watch it, and it looks mint. So good trail for progression, jump central, road gap, step up, step down. It's got the lot. So if you enjoy the content I make around the trail reviews, then why not come support us for some of our mountain bike holidays. We visit quite a few different destinations now, so I'll leave a link in the description. It'd be great to have you join us for a holiday, and yeah, we'll take care of everything. So all you have to do is just shred your bike. And yeah, big up to Startline Mtb for the bike hire for today. Couldn't have done it without those guys. So if you're looking for a bit of bike hire, Startline Mtb, you guys. And yeah, I'll see you guys for another video soon.